Okay.
Hi
so
T, I love you.
Oh my god.
Hello.
are we recapping?
It's
Yes.
like saying hi to your mom.
Yes.
Hi T. Okay. So on the last episode of Fabled Fallen, we all went to the apothecary with the old gnome Senna for Ragavir, who was looking for a healer's kit. Kora mathed off at the old gnome, and Senna gave Ragavir and Asha a blue potion to give to her. Very mysterious, nobody knows what it does. We identified, we already know what Pip's cloak does, but just in case, he gets a +2 bonus to stealth rolls and does not leave footprints. Very concerning. We checked out the dungeon, we checked out the task posting boards and ended up taking a job looking for antiques and relics inside of a dungeon. Looking into an ancient language called Orin. I did not get the man's name. Let's see. Okay. We also met Ilya, a tall, armor-clad woman with a faint halo above her head. And on our way out of town, Pip and Cora both got robbed. We were able to recover the money, of course, after Valeska, me, chased down the robber and kicked his shit in and maybe did a little bit of magic. Not sure. Nobody saw. It's okay. And then we made our way towards the desert, where we came across a large cylindrical sculpture, tower of stonework, with a very scary armored creature nearby that could move very fast. We decided to leave it alone after it destroyed Ragavir's poor owl friend. And now we are checking out this this half-eaten dragon in the middle of the desert, and there were some concerning noises from inside. And that is where we are.
Indeed. And after our set of group stealth checks, we had a bit of a bumble. Our goblin friend Pip bumping straight into Asha. Asha, prepared for battle, crouched down, ready, silent as a leaf. Something bumps behind you and you go, instinctively, and you hear... And you look towards the dragon corpse to see this figure rise out from within. A large head, continuing well above your own height. And I need everyone to roll initiative, please.
This thing got like a long neck or something?
Make sure you click your token before you roll so it shows up in the...
Should we roll again?
So far, only Cora and Asha and Pip have done it right. Valeska got it. Strix got it.
Pog.
I need Ragavir and Alma.
I have it selected. I don't know why it didn't.
Okay. Did I do it right this time?
Yes, you are in there.
Nope.
11. I will just manually add it for you.
Okay, thank you.
You are also welcome. Now, let me go ahead and roll. It's... it's appropriate.
Yeah. Is music banging though?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm running really fast.
Yeah.
This is so good.
And that one... Pop off.
He's popping off and he can't stop.
Okay. So we'll bring you to the blood-soaked sands as you approach the corpse. You realize that the sand before you is painted red. Whatever killed this thing did not do it cleanly.
Huh. Oh.
And you
wow.
arrive looking at the figure rising up out of the corpse of the dragon. This long, snake-like creature. Body decayed and burnt. Acids just melting through the flesh. You can see half of its jaw isn't even attached anymore. One fang completely shattered in the middle. One eye completely crushed. Who wants to make nature checks?
May I please, Lisa?
I can do 2
I'll make a
people.
I'll pass on the unless someone else wants to do the nature check, I'll do one.
I'll pass.
I'll pass.
I'll pass.
I'll pass.
Well, if everyone's passing, I guess I can do it if no one else is going.
Alright, Ragavir and Ashley, give me some nature rolls. 10 and 10. Solid.
Hold funny.
Let's go.
Looks like a snack. Pretty big. A little big for a snack, but it looks like a snack. And as you see this creature, Asha, you go jolting from Pip bumping right into the back of you. You can see its head just. What would normally be some sort of like hissing growl noise is just sort of, there's no jaw, no tongue. It's just kind of vibrating at you. But it does seem hostile, and it glares at you with eyes that would flash a color if they had any life in them. Strix, you're up first.
Okay. Well, first combat, I get to first. No pressure. Well. Yeah. I'll use my action to, dash 60 feet up to it, which I think gets me, like, here. It's hard to tell when all the squares are red. Anyways, yeah.
60 feet, you can get right up to it.
No, it was, like, more than 60 feet I measured.
Okay, fine. You can't get up to it.
Yeah. So, yeah, Strix sees this creature, sees its eyes lock onto Asha, and with no hesitation, she just starts running up to it.
Okay.
And gets as far as she can.
As you sprint up to it, you start to see some more motion within the actual corpse of the dragon. And you see other figures, some half-eaten, some crippled on the ground, some rising up on half of a leg. But you can see the bodies of what once was some form of humanoid, long since half-digested.
Okay. Yeah, Strix just sorta stares them down and readies herself.
Sounds good. Pip.
Question, by the way. Do you, for the regarding like bonus actions, are you only letting us use a bonus action after we do our action or before, can we?
Doesn't matter.
Okay, cool. I don't think I have that yet.
Nope.
I definitely don't.
It's level 2.
Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking, I'm like, I don't have that. Is it possible, if at all, if I could, since I've been in the sands for a while, could I somehow dig myself into the sand?
You can certainly try.
Okay, I'm gonna go, like, right over here.
Okay.
Okay, sorry, I don't know how to move. My bad.
You click on the pointer. Yep.
I think I did it right. And then I'm gonna try and bury myself into the sand and, like, blood.
Alright, make a stealth check.
Fog.
17. You start digging through the sand, throwing sand up above you, sticking your head under. You feel hidden.
Okay, cool.
Bonus action movement? Or action? That is your action. Bonus action?
I can't attack without them just uncovering my hiddenness, so...
Yeah,
And
and
I
you had to
don't
use your
have-
action to hide, so you can't attack.
Yeah. So I'm good. I don't have anything else.
Okay, Quora.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna cast,
Make sure you're in range.
oh, I'm pretty sure I'm in range. 120 feet.
Yep.
I'm gonna cast Firebolt on... Hold on, let me... motherfucker.
This one?
Let me. Yeah.
Okay.
And
Go ahead and roll to hit. The actual attack roll would be on the main section, not your spell list.
the main section.
Yep. So character sheet, it would be under the core. You don't have one built. 1 second. So
Yeah,
it
'cause
would
I
be
had
charisma 1d. I believe firebolt's 1d10, correct?
not sure.
Okay, you should be able to click that on core now. I have it set up for you.
Oh wow, that was quick.
12 hits.
Oh yeah.
4 damage as you watch the firebolt leave Cora's hands, fire streaking past all of your heads. Very close. You watch it impact into the zombie and immediately just starts incinerating. You watch the body start to melt, and as it collapses down to its knee, you see its head kind of 90 degrees snap and look directly at you, Cora, and just goes... Doesn't die.
No longer moving, right?
It is moving.
Can it walk?
You don't know? Maybe.
Oh shit. And then I'm gonna move over. Let me see how far over. Here. And then move. Okay, and that's the end of my turn.
Perfect. Ragavir,
All right. So
I need
I'm
you.
Going...
I need you to make a wisdom save.
Oh fuck. Okay.
$19.
Yeah.
You watch the undead and you see the fire strike it, and as it howls, the sound of undeath hits your ears and starts ringing, and the bloodied sand before you turns black. The 6 familiar faces around you start to blur a little bit. They look different, like other people. But you shake your head. You feel your knees start to buckle, but you catch yourself. You're ready. You can do this. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm going to just move forward once up here, and then I'm going to cast Entangle.
Okay. Can you hit the spell card for me?
Oops. Hold on. Sorry. I hit the wrong button.
20-foot square? Okay. Go ahead and draw it out for me.
Okay, hold on. Sorry. It's a 20-foot. Yeah. There we go. 20-foot square.
Okay, so 1 sneck and 2 undead.
Yep.
What's the DC? 14?
14.
Sneck made it. He did not. He did not. Both the undead fail.
Okay.
You watch grasping vines kind of shoot up out of the sand. All of you.
Oh, sorry.
A little weird to see it coming out of the sand, but oddly comforting to know that he has this much control in a place where these things shouldn't exist. You see the undead just kind of wrapped around the wrist, the ankle, the neck, and just get pulled down into the dirt. Just desperately grasping at the vines. Sneck, a little too big. Any other movement bonus action?
Yes, and then I'm going to cast Shillelagh.
Okay.
And you see him do a little chanting, and a swirl of green energy forms around his staff, and it just seems to settle on it and subtly just like pulse around the crook of his staff.
Beautiful. The undead. Strix, it is at this point you notice couple more. And they're all gonna take their turns. These two are gonna try and break out. Is that at the end of the turn?
Yeah.
I think
No, it's just an action. Okay. Nope. One did. This one. So I will mark this one as restrained. This one, however, will take all of its movement. So will this one, this one, this one, and this one.
Keep in mind that in dangling area, even if they break free, that area is difficult terrain.
Okay. They will all actually dash. And that's it. You see them all start to shamble towards you, Strix. All of them seemingly focus on the closest thing that they can find. One of them on fire.
Yeah, listen, I'm a monk. I gotta get in close. Would appreciate backup though.
Alma, you see the undead start to swarm in on Strix.
Yep. So first thing, gotta run 30 feet over, as close to her as possible. That's over here. That puts her within range of Shield of Faith. I'm gonna cast that. I don't have it in roll 20 yet. I'm sorry about that.
I know what it is. Strix, for the next 10 minutes, you have +2 to your AC.
Yep. Much appreciated.
You see Radiant Divine Light leave Alma's hands and just swirl softly around you.
And that's it
Okay.
for me.
Valeska.
Okay. So first things first, Valeska's gonna see Ragavir kind of stop and hesitate for a second. She's going to, while she's running past him, reach. Yeah, she's gonna reach out and give him a little bardic inspiration. Do not be afraid, my friend. And she's going to, with her action, let's see if I am in range. Yeah, okay, so she's gonna drop a fairy fire in the middle of these zombies, which is a 20-foot cube, so like right in the middle here.
Okay, what's the saving throw?
They have to make a dex saving throw, and they have to beat a 15.
Nope. 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 Nope.
hell
Oh,
yeah.
one did. I'm gonna mark
And I'll put my bardic inspiration.
fairy
to-
fired, fairy fired, not fairy fired, fairy fired. Can you put the ruler down and just show me the box?
Oh yeah. How do I do the box?
When you have the ruler out, click and then right click to keep going.
Okay. So this is the center. I guess 10 feet in this direction, 10 feet in this direction, 10 feet. 10 feet. Let's see. It's a 20. No, it's a 20-foot cube. Hold on.
If that's the center, so you got something like.
Oh no, that's 15.
You are gonna hit Strix.
I'm not casting it on Strix. I can cast it up to 60 feet away.
Okay. So you're throwing it back here.
I was gonna throw it so the center is right here.
That hits the monk. we can just move it back.
Not 20 feet in
Well,
each
if the
direction.
center of the cube is
Okay. That's fine. You said 15?
15 dex save.
And last one. Okay, everything else failed. So one
Okay,
succeeded.
Yes, so the ones that failed are now outlined in a ghostly purple hue, and mechanically Oh, they should dim light in a 10-foot radius as well. So mechanically, any attack against them is going to have advantage.
Yeah, that'll reveal that one.
They don't gain.
Oh no!
Visible. So now you can see that. Very good.
Yeah, you see another one just kind of like moving around in the innards of the dragon. Eventually, just as you hit it with a light, it pokes its head up.
Yeah. As soon as the mystery creature is revealed, Valeska right next to Asha just like shares a look with her briefly. And that's my turn.
Asha.
Alright. Asha shouts out to the group and she says, let's focus our attacks together. And she's gonna pull out a little jar that has Ragavir and Valeska would have seen this before. A little jar that has a petrified Ivanute in it, and she's gonna start speaking in the unfamiliar language to you guys, but very familiar to Valeska, as she makes some kind of hand movements, pointing at this guy right here. Oh wait, the one that's right directly in front of Strix. And
this one?
Yes.
The one that's on fire. Okay.
Yes. And she's going to hex him and shout again to Strix and be like, that should do it. And now that is this guy's hex. That's the.
We'll do heart.
Click. There you go. DC 14. What was it?
I don't think hex has a
Or
save.
not. Oh, just kidding. Oh, it's a damage. It's 1d6. Extra 1d6.
When you do damage.
When I do damage. Okay.
Yep, and then you get to move it for free if it dies.
Choose an ability it has disadvantage on.
Oh, choose an ability it has disadvantage on. Like.
Ability check, so.
Oh gosh. Gotta go with the dexterity.
Okay. Disadvantage on dexterity. Got it.
Okay.
Bonus action movement? Or that was your bonus action, sorry.
Can I also... I can Sacred Flame, yeah?
Yes.
It's a cantrip. Okay. She is going to shout again in a very, like, confident, strong voice in that unfamiliar language out. And she's going to... a flame is going to... a radiant flame is going to descend upon the creature.
The one you just hexed?
Yes, the one I just hexed.
Okay. 14. Nope. So you can go ahead and roll your damage. It failed.
Awesome.
These things, not the most swift. 2 damage.
And then I also get to do the...
Your d6.
The extra
for your
d6.
necrotic damage for hex.
1d6. Alrighty, it's 5.
You watch as the radiant flame descends over the already on fire zombie, and as the radiant energy touches the fire, it just ignites further and it just crumples into ash and dust in front of Strix. It is dead.
Toasted?
Yes.
Alright. Can I move
dead.
my hex to the other one since it died?
I think you have to wait. If the target does it for the you can use your bonus action, so next turn.
On your next turn, you can do it.
Okay, and then her hex is like, it's like, it has like a red glow to it.
Okay.
So does her radiant sacred flame.
Beautiful. Snick. Both of them are going to move. This one's in rough terrain, so it's going to do 5, 10. Oop, I don't want to move the box. 15. And get right up to Strix. The other one is going to do 5, 10. It's just going to fucking stomp on the undead. And it will crush this boy. So hard to click through these. He's dead. Well, maybe. Does he live? Oh, he does. Underneath the basilisk, you can still hear.
Awful.
Rough life. Both of them are going to bite at you with broken jaws. It's not so much a bite, more that it is a jagged headbutt. But as you see, both the snakes kind of descend at the same time. What's your AC?
My AC with the Shield of Faith is currently 19.
Gotcha.
Beautiful.
Nope. Nope. He watches both of the heads descend, and they just kind of like knock straight into each other and just start fighting with one another. Undead, not particularly smart, but you can see them both just kind of like getting tangled up on themselves. And that's going to do it for them. Strix.
Oh, back to the top of the round. So I just see the two snakes bonk into each other and start wrestling. And I use this opportunity to take out my staff and try to jab one of the snakes in the soft underbelly.
Go for it.
I'll attack the one to the left of me.
Got it. You have advantage.
Okay. Okay, advantage is toggled.
Nat 20.
Hell yeah. Okay. For my damage.
Yeah, that definitely hurts. You watch as you swing your staff and crack into the what you thought would be like tough hide, but given the acid, the damage, and the decay, your staff just kind of sinks into it, and you're about elbow deep just in its internals.
Oh. Yeah, Strix makes like a slight grimace, but that's it.
As you pull your arm out, the scales and the innards just kind of slaw out of it and just descend into the sand. It's a bit.
Is the snake still alive?
Yes.
Or okay, then I'll use my bonus action to make an unarmed strike.
Go ahead. You have advantage.
Okay, advantage is still toggled.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Roll 20 is broken, but it's broken in my favor, so
10 damage, so 15, 25 total. Yeah, that'll do it. Seeing how easily your staff just kind of sunk into it and pulling it out, you can see it reel in pain, and as it looks at you, you think, yeah, I can probably, and you just sort of reach in, thrusting your hand up to where you think its internal organs might be, and you just sort of hook your arm around and just rip it all out, and the snake just crumples and falls in on itself.
cool.
He did.
Okay, well,
The rest of you,
that's my...
this is a bit of a turn of events. Definitely paints a figure. Any bonus action movement? That was your bonus action. Any movement?
I used my bonus action. Yeah, I can't really move anywhere without the other snake getting an attack of opportunity on me, so I shall stay put.
Gotcha. Pip.
Ooh. So since I'm hidden in the sand, I can still like move here while being hidden and do my attack here, right?
No, as soon as you move, you're no longer hidden. If you want to stay hidden, you have to move at half speed.
Shoot. I'm big slow. Let's say I theoretically move 30 feet, could I try to re-hide myself? I doubt it, but...
I mean, you could, but you'd be kind of right in front of it, so the DC would be pretty high to make it successful.
Okay,
Alternatively, if you're just trying to get your bonus, it just has to be adjacent to something, so...
adjacent, so like
yeah,
right
you don't need advantage.
here?
It just has to be next to an ally.
Okay. Right next to an ally. So what would work?
If you go there 30 feet, you would still get your bonus.
So where my thing is pointing at right now, this works?
Right here.
So right here.
Yep.
Okay, so I can do a sneak attack then, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna move over there then. He's gonna like jump out of the sand and like shake the sand around as he's jumping around in blood and whatnot. And he's gonna like run on all fours right on over here. And he like, when he's like passing Strix, he's like, I got you, buddy.
After watching her pull the innards out.
Yeah. He thinks that's fun. And I just roll with my regular attack, right?
Yes.
Or do I add like the 1d6?
You will add the d6 onto the attack.
Okay.
That hits.
Okay, and then I roll my 1d6 plus the damage, right?
Click the short sword, and then you can add the d6 on at the end.
Okay.
I'll also get it set up for you in the future so that it'll just roll automatically. So 9 plus your plus 3. Okay, 12 total? Yeah. You go, and you have come to the same conclusion that Strix did as you kind of slash the sword across. Not a whole lot of resistance whatsoever. You actually swing straight through it, which is a feat you're not normal to doing whenever you've kind of hit something. But you watch as all of its viscera and guts just kind of follow your blade out, and the smell hits you, and it's a lot.
It smells fine, disgusting. Oh god. And he like does like a PU thing with his hand.
Any bonus
Strix
action?
actually. Oh, sorry.
Sorry. Bonus action?
I'm trying to think if there's much I could do, because I don't have my abilities really that I could do bonuses yet.
If you had a dagger
Also,
or something,
sorry.
you can offhand.
Oh yeah, can I do that then?
Yep, you can bonus action. Offhand, you just don't get your dexterity with it.
Oh, lit. So what would I roll for that then?
You do the attack roll, you just don't get the dexterity and the bonus. I'll just subtract it.
Oh, okay.
23 hits.
So just that hit?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
So it would be 2 damage in total. Yeah. Slashing through, clear to ease, you pick up your dagger, you're like, this is fine. You don't even really thrust, you just kind of stick it with it. It sinks right in. Snake seems very angry with you.
He blows a raspberry, he's like... And then that's the end of his turn.
Cora.
Yes. Okay, I am. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, let me think this is what I'm in range of. Probably like nothing, but I'm gonna. I think I'm just gonna firebolt.
Okay.
The guy right up on Pit.
Go for it.
Let me roll it.
it. 17 hits.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead and roll your damage.
Hopefully I roll better than last time.
2.
Nope. Do I describe it or?
You can if you'd like to. I can take it if you don't want to.
Okay, so you see Cora's eyes just light up, and like this bright red, and you see it's kind of actually similar to like what
Asha.
Valeska's like little eye fires look like, except it's like this like bright red sort of flame, kind of like, you know, the Spring Maidens from Ruby, RWBY. And then she just kind of hurls this firebolt at the guy, at the snake guy.
Yeah, Pip, you feel the heat just whiz past your ear and just impact. And as the scales and the flesh start burning away, you can see the slaw and the skin just sort of melt away. There's almost no resistance whatsoever, and the stench of the cooking meat is just worse. Somehow worse. Can you make a con save for me?
He thinks it's cool, but he thinks it's also gross at the same time. Con save.
14. That's fine. You feel yourself start to retch, and you're like, no, busy stabbing. Cora, bonus action movement?
I really don't want to get too close to these guys. Let me think. Get up, like, right beside Alma. I
Okay.
think. She'll protect me.
Sounds good.
And as I go up, I'll say, "Oh, please don't let any of those weird snake guys hit me, bro."
She just doesn't respond.
Focused. Ragavir.
Okay, so Ragavir is going to he's gonna move 30 feet,
Sounds good.
assuming I can actually remember how to move things in roll 20.
Perfect.
And I can't do anything else. So
Beautiful.
that's all.
Gotcha. The undead. I can't. All right, you know what?
Oh,
you're going.
Actually,
to the map
hold on. I do want to if I'm going to ready an action, so so if any undead come within 5 feet of me, I can just hit them.
Okay, sounds good. He's gonna crawl underneath the dead snick that you've disemboweled, and he's going to try and grab you, Strix. He's gonna try and give you the no touch from underneath. What's your AC?
19.
Okay, you take 1 point of damage, and are grappled.
Oh.
I have to roll really high for these things to hit you. You take 1 point of slashing damage. The rest of them, is he stuck in his web? Yes, he is not going anywhere. That one is still entangled. This one, rough terrain. That's his dash, dash, dash. They are coming for you. Alma.
Yep. So Alma's gonna run over here. So she's within melee range of the thing that's grabbing at Strix, right? Or should I move 1 square over?
Yes, you're in range of him. You can't really see him. You just see his arm like underneath
Okay,
the
cool.
snake reaching out.
So I'm gonna do. Oh, okay. Then if I can't really see him, I'm actually just gonna move to the other one.
Oh, you can still attack
This
him.
boy.
It's just for fun.
I can still attack him.
Yeah, it's
Like he's not like considered hidden or anything.
purely just aesthetic.
Like with half.
Yes, the snake isn't really offering much resistance. You've seen how easily they're throwing it. You're pretty sure you can just stick your sword straight through.
Cool. There's no point in using this. So I'm just gonna use my longsword
Sure,
on this boy.
go for it.
It says it's rolling. I'm sorry, there's some delay.
A 10 hits.
Oh, lit. Oh, lit. Okay, so then.
They are not the fastest of individuals.
Okay. Awesome.
Seven. Strix, you feel the arm like reach out and hook around your ankle, and you're like, ah. And then you see Alma just walk up and just kind of King Arthur the sword straight into the sand, straight through the snick. And it lets go.
No longer grappled.
No longer grappled. Whatever was holding you lost all the strength in its hand.
Okay.
Anything else, Alma? Bonus action? Any more movement?
Nah, I think I'm gonna chill.
Perfect. Sounds good. Valeska.
Okay. So let's see. Yep, I'm within range. So Valeska's gonna extend her arm out towards the creature near Pip. glowing wisps of colorful energy beginning to swirl around her eyes as she points a finger at it, singling it out in the crowd. You're not a complete idiot. Some parts are clearly missing, and she's gonna cast Vicious Mockery.
DC is.
DC is Wisdom save 15.
Amazingly, it saved.
Aww.
It doesn't seem to hear you. It seems a bit distracted by the fact that it currently is missing half of its torso.
Wasted my fucking one-liner. I'm gonna take fights. I think I will give. I think I'll give Cautious Bardic Inspiration.
Okay, just remind me, does Bardic Inspiration, can you only have one at a time, or can you have multiple?
You can. One person can have one die at a time, but it doesn't.
But more than one person can have it at the same time.
Yes.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Asha. You didn't want to move or anything, right?
I do not want to.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry. I would like to move my hex
Two.
to. How is Larg Snake looking?
He's looking a little upset, and currently you think his lower intestine might be all over Pip.
Alright.
And cooking.
Alright. I am going to move my hex to him, so she's going to pull out that little jar. She's gonna wink at Valeska and grin as she says the familiar words, moving her hand pointing at the big snake. Moving her hex to him.
He starts to glow with this orangish crimson energy.
And then I would like to attack with my weapons.
Are you within range to throw?
Yeah, 60 feet.
60 feet's at disadvantage.
Oh, so it says 20 to 60, so how does that work?
At 20, you're within range normally. 60 is when you're at disadvantage. So anything past 20 is at
Okay.
disadvantage.
Okay, I thought I could get within range.
Yep.
I'm going to move. She's gonna turn to Valeska and tell her, like, be careful. And just gonna move up here. And then she's, oh fuck, I almost spilled my water, sorry. She is going to pull out her chakrams and give them a throw.
Alright,
Do
go
a
ahead.
little twirl, give them a throw at the big snake. 1d20 plus 2 for my dex, right? Because I don't have it in my attack.
Plus your dex, plus your proficiency. So plus 4.
Okay. d20 plus 4.
With all the grace of a softball pitcher, you sprint up, twirl it around your wrist, wind up, let it go, and just watch it sail over its head straight past somewhere into the sand far away from you.
And she kind of just like
You do a quick little turn around, see who saw. Only Cora.
she kind of gives Cora like a sheepish smile and raises a finger to her lips like don't tell you saw nothing.
I just give her like this like grin in reply.
And that is the end of her turn.
Alrighty. Stick. Pip. It's not particularly happy with you. And it's gonna go ahead and make you the target of its famous jagged headbutt. What's your AC? Ignore that.
AC. You're good. My AC is, I think it's 15. Yeah, it's 15.
Ooh. I pick up dice. The dice is retreat.
Uh-oh.
You see it coming, and you just finished sticking it with your dagger, and as you go to pull it out, it catches bone. And you're like, oh, I thought all of it was soft. And then you look up, and you're like, I can't dodge anymore. And it collides straight with your head.
Oh,
Oh, damn.
And you take 10 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh, God.
Fuck.
Oh, God.
Whack.
Pip, he doesn't notice this, and he like looks up, and like as he looks up at the head, he kind of like flattens his ears. He's like, "Ow, fuck," and it collides with him, and he just lets out a loud scream of pain, and he starts like lashing his tail furiously. He looks not good right now. He looks like he's very much bleeding a lot.
Still conscious though? Still conscious?
Still conscious, yeah.
Took it like a champ. Yeah, it's just gonna use its bonus action now for the first time. It's gonna remember it can do that. Eeny, meeny, miny, Cora. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
I can do that.
16. You watch its eye kind of flare as it like looks frantically over you. Remembering fire from a direction, that one picks you, goes into it. You stare into its eye, and you feel your body start to stiffen, like it's turning to stone. But you shudder, the same way you do like if you're trying to fall asleep and your body says no, and you feel the sensation fade. Shake your hands. That was horrifying.
Okay.
Strix.
Okay. Well,
You just watch Pip get absolutely concussed.
yeah, that's not good. This creature is clearly the biggest threat currently, so I'm attack it.
Alright, go ahead.
And no advantage.
12 does not hit.
Okay. So I take my staff and I swing a bit wide. Because like I'm alarmed by how much damage it did to Pip, but I will recover and attempt an unarmed strike as my bonus action.
Go for it. 25 hits.
Cool.
6, it's taken 14, 15, 17 total. 6, 23? Okay. Okay. How do you strike it? Fist,
like,
foot, head, elbow?
Yeah, I just used both of my hands to swing at it with my staff, and using the momentum from the swing, I bring my knee up into its underbelly.
Gotcha. It sinks in a little bit, and then you watch the skin just sort of split and your knee enter, and you don't like that sensation. That's not normal. But
Probably not.
definitely hit solidly, and as you remove your knee, more blood and viscera just sort of splatters onto the sand. Pip, how you doing, buddy?
He's not doing good.
Yeah, the
at
blood
all.
is in your eye. It's just sort of like streaking from your hair.
Yeah, his head's hurt pretty bad. He's bleeding a lot from his head. He looks kind of like slightly like confused, like after that hit too. Like he's definitely wobbling a little bit. He kind of like tries, like he reaches a hand onto his head and he like touches the blood on his head, and he's like, oh man, And just to be clear, this thing in front of him is not dead, right?
No.
Question, if I do an attack and then disengage, he can't get an opportunity, right?
You cannot disengage until level 2 as a bonus, so you cannot attack and disengage right now.
Shoot, I can't? Right. Frick.
One or the other.
Well, actually, I have nimble escape because I'm a goblin.
I don't know what that does. Is it mobile?
It's this.
Okay.
Okay, so I can attack and disengage?
Yep.
Okay, Flint. I'm gonna try and attack, and I can still do sneak attack, right, or no?
Yes, because it is adjacent to Strix. You just don't have advantage.
Okay. He's gonna, like, squint his eyes a little bit, and he's gonna definitely try to attack once more.
Got it. Roll to hit. That hits.
Oh, lit. And then...
Yeah. reaching up into
Oh,
your
well,
head
there you
and
go.
seeing the blood kind of like cake your eye. You're not even really aiming. You're just sort of like, it's in front of me somewhere, and you just swing in a wide arc above you, and like Hercules against the Hydra, just sort of like sink through its neck, and you feel its head. You think you're gonna get headbutt again, but it just sort of plops onto you and then falls behind you into the sand. You beheaded
Pip.
it.
Pip like looks at the head and then like makes a hiss, like laughter, like hiss. And he's gonna like, take that, you fucking bitch. And he's gonna disengage. I can disengage my movement, right? That I didn't do.
You're not in combat with anything. Nothing can hit you, so you don't have to.
Okay.
You just move.
So I'm just gonna, I'm gonna move back, like, hold on. I'm gonna move over here. I'm gonna move behind everyone. He's gonna like pass everyone.
Yeah, you make it to about Ragavir before you start getting dizzy, and then you keep going.
He's like, I'm hurt, I'm badly hurt, and he's gonna like fall over here behind Cora.
Perfect. Cora, you just had your body sort of turned to stone. You don't like that. Not great.
I'm gonna like just like shudder violently and get kind of mad and be like, what the fuck? And seeing that this guy is dead, hold on. Seeing that motherfucker is dead, I'm gonna direct my anger to the nearest foe.
Okay.
And I gotta move in range. Hold on.
Is this the question you had?
What question? Oh, I DM'd you the question that I had.
Yes. Are you using it? Or are you using something else?
I'm gonna use something else.
Okay.
I'm gonna firebolt that guy, I think.
Okay, go ahead and roll to hit. $24 hits.
Hey.
It's not putting up much of a fight with that 7 AC.
Okay. 7, and then you just sort of see, like, Cora, like, kind of light up the same way that she did prior, and just much more aggressively than before, she's gonna just hurl this firebolt at, that motherfucker, and yelling, "Duck!" As she does, so that, you know, the other people know not to, like, get in the way. I mean...
You're pretty familiar with Cora. You hear that and you're like, oh, okay. And just sort of, like, slightly move to the left.
Yeah, I figured I would know what's going on there.
It streaks by you. You're good.
Oh.
You don't actually move.
Oh, I thought you meant, like, actually.
No. The fire connects. It goes ablaze. You see it, like, bend at the spine almost 90 degrees and try and pick itself back up, and then the spine just snaps and it falls into the sand.
Take that, you stupid motherfucker!
Any movement? Bonus action?
I'm good.
Alrighty. Ragavir.
Okay, Ragavir, he's going to, watch Pip run past. He say, "Oh, don't worry, Pip, I've got you." And you see him reach his hand up towards the sky, and you see this energy, this a swirl of orange and green energy collect in his hand as he begins chanting, and then he's gonna direct his hand towards Pip, and you see it just swirl like a gusting breeze, and it's going to swirl around Pip. You're gonna feel a nice cooling, soothing sensation, and I'm going to use my Balm of the Summer Court ability.
Yep.
So
It's a D6, right?
Yep. So you regain 4 hit points, Pip, and you get 1 temporary hit point.
Pip kind of like feels this energy kind of like absorbing him. At first he was just like laying on the sand, like, and he was closing his eyes. He was just resting a little bit. And he feels the pain like lessen up a little bit. And he twitches his ears as you call his name, and he sits up and he looks over to Ragavir and he like lets out a he doesn't let out anything, but he gives you a big, toothy, sharp smile, and he starts wagging his tail apple, and he's like, "That really helped me a lot. Thank you, Ragavir."
Okay, and then I'm going to run towards the edge of my entangle. And
Okay.
I'm going to face these gentlemen here. And you just see him rear back his head, take a deep breath,
Oh boy.
open his mouth, and just belch lightning. So that's...
Ooh.
they need to pass a dex save of 13.
I have unfortunate news.
Well, I don't care because they take half damage even if they succeed.
Okay.
So they each take 3 points of lightning damage.
They do take it. both,
What?
both of them are still standing.
Okay.
You watch the lightning just rip through them. The DC on their next save is higher, but that was 4 very, very good rolls.
Thank you, Gray. And that's everything that I can do.
Fuck you, Druid. How about that? How about this fucker that's still in the back? He can't save against this fucking entangle. Alright. The last 2 undead that are alive, he's gonna dash 5, 10. He's very fast. Dash 5 feet because it's rough terrain. Strix! You have felt the no-no touch of an undead. How about the bite? And it's gonna rear its head back and just try and slam its teeth down into you without even using its jaw. And miss. Oh, wait. 16 plus 2. 18?
Because of the shield of faith, it misses.
Okay. As you go to bite it, you try and move out of the way and you realize you're not going to be fast enough. And the divine energy swirling around you kind of comes up and forms a barrier between you. And its teeth just shatter against it. They just scatter into the sand, completely broken. That is it. This thing is just going to fucking scream at you, Ragavir. Alma.
Yep.
This guy is zooming at his 10-foot dash.
Yep. So I'll just get right up there. Longsword. What?
That hits.
Yeah.
Let's see if he makes his save. At 8 damage, you swing up. Instead of arcing down, you decide, I'll arc up this time, and you swing it from the bottom right hip. And as you carve up, you hit its left hip, and just straight through up to the right shoulder, and just bisect it. It just falls dead into the dirt.
That's fun. That's fun.
Bonus action? Anything?
Step away from the rotting carcasses, I guess.
Okay.
All of them are dead.
You've been extremely focused, but at this point, the burning flesh from the snake starts to hit your nose too, and you're just kind of.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's it for me.
Gotcha. Valeska. There is currently only 2 things left alive.
Cool. Alright, so I'm gonna move up towards these 2 lovely people. Valeska's gonna kinda briefly give Pip a once over. You doing alright?
I'm doing better now, thank you. And he like holds like the coin with both of his hands and he kind of like stares at it.
Good. She's going to turn towards
The only ones left alive are the ones in the green square.
the undead in front. The all to hit the energy gather around her fingertips. She points towards the creature.
I can't tell if you're lagging or if your mic's cutting out, but I can't follow what you're saying.
Oh no. Oh, okay. So So I cast Vicious Mockery at the one in front of
Okay.
scattered together. Just says, do us all a favor, say that, and have to roll if I.
Am I the only one who can't hear, or just me?
No, it's
No,
cutting
it's
out.
cutting out.
Okay.
I can't hear as well.
I understand the gist of what you're saying. It does fail, so you do get the damage. I just, unfortunately, I can't hear what you're insulting him with.
I think she said stay dead.
Okay, I'll see if it makes it save. Nope. The 1 damage is enough to. You watch its head explode.
It was 2, 3 times. I don't know what's going on with my internet.
The insult lands, it turns its head, looks at you, and you just see its brain start to melt. It kind of like falls through its nose, out of its ear, and it just kind of collapses to its knees and falls in front of Strix. It's dead. Asha.
Right. She's gonna have like kind of a frustrated expression. She keeps moving her hex around and it's just like, what the hell? So she's going to move up. She's gonna move up next to Strix. And she's going to say to Strix, well, you're doing quite a great job. Mind if I get some hits in? And she's going to move her hex to Ragivir's friend over there that's tangled in the back.
He starts glowing red and just starts screaming more. He's having a tantrum.
She's going to use her bardic inspiration that Valeska gave her, and she is going to conjure that radiant red sacred flame on him.
Don't have to use the inspiration. It's a saving throw, so I won't do anything.
Oh, just kidding.
And
oh, it's gonna have a disadvantage or something. Or...
It has disadvantage because it's grappled.
Nice.
Yeah, it fails. So you can roll your sacred flame. I roll his undead fortitude, and he dies. A horrible, miserable death as you set all of the vines on fire. They burn away, and he just screams as it fades slowly, just and stops.
And she's gonna say over to Ragavir, I'm very sorry about your friend, Ragavir. And kind of like give him a big smile.
Ragavir just returns a kind of nervous smile, a shaky smile, and is like,
Oh my god, the sound effects.
Happy.
And now we're gonna get copyrighted by YouTube.
Oh no.
No.
Oh.
Nope, no.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alright, and with that,
Yeah,
we will
Strix.
come out of initiative.
Yeah.
It's okay,
Strix
copyright doesn't
turns-
exist.
Yes, I deem it so. Yeah, Strix turns to Asha and says, these zombies are not our friends. They are vile creatures.
She looks at Strix and Strix has guts on her, yeah?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
her
she-
pip are just covered.
She starts to gently pick some of the intestines and guts off of Strix's shoulder. I would imagine she's probably freaking covered, and she's gonna look at Strix and smile and say, "Oh, Strix, it was a joke. I was just kidding."
Oh. Yes,
He-
jokes. I've heard jokes. Yeah,
That-
she'll just... Yeah, she doesn't really respond to Asha picking the zombie guts off of her.
She's she responds back. That one, it really seemed to be yearning for Ragivir's friendship, you know.
I do not think that creatures like this have the capacity to yearn for such things.
She leans in close to Strix again and she says, Strix, that was another joke.
Oh.
And she smiles and
Yeah.
gives her a like a pat on the shoulder, flicking away more guts. You did a very good job. You're very strong.
Yes, fighting the undead is something that I have tasked myself with, so this is far from my first fight.
It shows.
Are the rest of you gathering up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna chorus
Yeah.
like her hands, which had previously have been like kind of surrounded by fire. She just puts it out, and it's just like, is that it? That was easy.
Speak for yourself. And he like rubs his head a bit more.
Pip, can you go and make a con save for me?
Yeah. Okay. Oh, wrong thing. I did my regular con. My
That's
bad.
fine.
But it doesn't matter, right?
Yeah. Yeah, your head kind of stops throbbing. You don't suffer a horrible migraine, but you can feel it. It hurts. The wounds are closed up and you're not actively bleeding anymore, but the blood's kind of like crusted in your eye.
Head hurty. He's gonna like go over to like the clean sand over here and start rolling in it to try and get all the stuff off of him.
Like a chinchilla, you absolutely conquer
Yeah.
that sand.
Heck yeah. He's like rolling around rapidly in the sand over here.
Yeah. Well, Strix will turn to the party and say, if I recall correctly, there was an advertisement from, not an advertisement, but like a flyer stating that the prince wanted dragon scales. If we take some, we could get on his good side and gain access to his library, which would be a valuable source of information.
Make an intelligence check. 2 people, I don't care who. Probably not Ragavir.
Yeah, please not me.
I mean, I can make the...
I can do it if people don't want to.
I can.
Yeah, whoever's not a dumpster. Or whoever
None of
wants
us.
to.
My intelligence isn't great, but it's not awful, and I did make the statement.
DC's
so
not
I
super
can-
high. 15's fine. The dragon posting from the prince and then the dragon scales, 2 separate postings.
Well,
Oh.
let's try to get as many skills as we can.
Start walking towards the dragon, and I'm gonna like lift the bottom of my dress up so that I don't get it all bloody. And I'm actually gonna tie a knot in it to kind of like keep it like, you know, at about knee length rather than like the long like calf to floor length that it normally is. And I'm going to pat Pip on the head as I pass by, and I'm going to say, well, I mean, maybe you shouldn't get up on it.
What do you think I would do? Magic?
I'm just gonna kind of give him like a sarcastic, dry look. Like, no, I can't imagine anyone ever using magic to damage things.
He kind of like squints at that, and then he's like twitching his ears. He's trying to compute what you're trying to tell him, and he's like, I don't have magic. That's my point.
Do you not have anything you can shoot at him with?
No. I stab things. And he just starts running ahead now.
Full throttle towards the dragon. You guys can
Oh, yeah.
see at this point, probably adult in size. It is torn up. You imagine the thing that you avoided earlier that was crawling through the sand probably had its meal. And whatever you fought was whatever was kind of being held inside of its stomach. I hate you, Courtney. You guessed it right last week, and I was so upset.
Oh shit. Could I like use my medicine knowledge and try to salvage some scales and maybe other things which might be valuable, like
That'd be survival.
medicinally? Oh, survival. Okay. Do survival.
I can do 2 people or 1 person at advantage to gather scales.
Well, I've got a bardic inspiration that I need to burn.
Oh, so do I.
So
I can use it on this.
Let's both just use it because my survival's good or decent.
Let's do this. Do I just do it regular or bardic inspiration? Oh, it's a one. It's a adds a d6. Shit, sorry, bardic inspiration. Adds a d6. All
Oh
right.
my god. Oh
Oh
my
my
god.
god.
Oh my god.
Oh my. Bro,
Oh my
roll
god.
bardic ins-
30.
Aw.
Oh.
What did I tell you?
Ragavir, you approach it and you're like, I know you. Dad?
I'm used to dealing with scales. I know how it goes.
You're pretty used to it, you know. You kind of like, you don't want to start from the top. You start from the bottom, and then you lift and pull. Easy enough. You can gather probably more than you can carry. Between the group, you can spread out enough. We'll say from what is attainable at a tops, you can probably get about 20 scales. Each one weighs about 10 pounds.
I can. If you want, I can help carry stuff. I've got a lot of room in my backpack.
I say each person at tops could carry 5. Alma can probably carry closer to 8.
Yeah, she can.
Just as like at a comfy level without like, encumbrance. You can carry more, you're just gonna get tired faster. But you guys can spread it out.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
All right.
Could I check and see if there are any like teeth left on the like head?
Of the dragon?
Yeah.
Doesn't have a head.
Okay. Can I check and see if it has any like nails or claws?
Make an investigation check.
Okay.
Actually the
Alma
survivor
has
rolls
gone
would...
near this.
Go ahead. I'll go after.
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say Alma's not going near it. She'll take any of the scales that people give her, but she's not going near this because it's
Disgusting.
upsetting. Yeah.
Okay, so you guys can gather 20 scales in total. My survival checks, Cora, you can just go. Does it have any nails? And they can be, yes, there's 2.
Oh, we should probably grab those too. And like, I mean, dragon parts are pretty valuable. We should just get like whatever we can. And then can I go and check the corpses and see if they have anything on them, like the undead ones?
Okay, yeah. You can make an investigation check for them. You guys can get a total of 2 dragon talons. These are extremely heavy, dense, and thick. They're about 3 feet long and probably 1.5 feet thick for talons. They are heavy.
It's almost as big as me.
A 13, going through the bodies, you don't find a whole lot. Whatever... If it was enough to melt through, like, the skin flesh and, like, start to decay the bones, whatever it had on it, anything like gold, probably dissolved as well.
Okay.
Can I retrieve my chakram and investigate the disemboweled snakes?
Make a perception check to find your chakram.
Oh shit.
That's a performance check.
Oh fuck! I'm so sorry.
You sing to it like Fido.
I'm like,
Yeah.
oh well.
Oh my god.
You quickly enter battle mode once more, and your anger being like, "Fucking, where is it?" And you just see it glinting in the sand as the last lights are fading for the night.
Nice. She dashes and picks it up, and like lovingly puts it back on her hip.
Clean off some of the blood on it.
Yes.
What was the other thing you wanted to look for?
I would like to check out the snacks and see if there's anything of interest on them.
You can spend some time passing over it. There's nothing.
Okay. She just kind of kicks one of them with her foot, like.
Your foot just sinks straight through the scales.
Ugh.
It makes a horrible, like a boot getting stuck in mud sound.
She like pulls
Thing
it out
smells
and like
terrible.
rubbles in the sand, and like.
Did the snacks have any sort of like acid on them? Like they're spitting acid?
No. Whatever these
Never
things
mind.
had for poison sacs probably dissolved or melted away. Hashtag
Dragon bile.
gimped for level 1.
Yeah, I want to look around. Is there like any sources of water nearby? I know we're in a desert, so that's a dumb question, but I am covered in viscera.
You feel like you're probably a bit out of luck. And maybe someone has some prestidigitation or mending.
Yeah.
I could command her to
Yeah.
clean herself.
Oh my god.
You
Minor
don't need to
illusion it so
command me
that
to
you look
clean
clean.
myself.
I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. I was just.
Have no water.
You smell
Yeah.
awful clean.
You'll find that water. I wouldn't do that to you though.
Pip
You
kind of like
don't-
You can go. It's good.
I was just saying, you don't need to command me to clean myself. I don't like being covered in zombie guts.
Yeah, she tried to help, but there's just so much.
Pip is
Do you
gonna
have a favorite
tug.
color?
Go ahead, Pip.
Okay, I didn't want to interrupt anyone. Pip's gonna like tug on Ragavir's like pant leg. He's gonna like tug, and he's gonna like use his hand to like try and like say kneel down.
Okay, Greg, we're just gonna go down and crouch down after like gathering up scales.
Pip's kind of like fumbling with the silver coin he got, and then he like reaches into like his pocket and he hands you 2 gold, and he's like, "Thank you for helping me," and he like pats your head.
That's not. You don't have to. You can keep it.
But I want to give it to you.
Well, okay. And he just takes the coins and pockets them.
He's like wagging his tail and he's looking at you with admiration.
He stinks.
Er,
A lot.
Yeah, he stinks.
Yeah, he stinks. Ragger is just gonna stand back and we definitely need to get you. You're covered in guts.
And sand.
Oh, I thought I rolled in sand. I thought it was pretty okay from then on. Yeah, I'm kind of stinky. Hee hee.
It's more like a lollipop that you drop in the dirt.
God.
Yeah, I overhear this and I approach, also covered in guts, and say, if you have a solution to the viscera problem, I would like to hear it.
I do. What is your favorite color? Both of you.
Purple.
Shocker.
Yellow.
Okay. And do you mind if your clothes are stained your favorite color?
They're already kind of purple.
All right. She's going to pull out 2 different bottles full of colorful liquid. One's purple, one's yellow, and she kind of twirls them around in her palm. These are potions of cleanliness. You use them by uncorking the bottle and dumping it over your head. And then you will be marginally cleaner than you were. And she puts it into each of your hands.
And he like uncorks it and then he just like dumps it all over himself.
Okay, can
rapidly.
I inset? I want to insight Valeska to see what she's up to.
I mean, you can
Okay.
insight her if you want, because I'm probably gonna have to do the same.
Yeah, I'm holding the bottle, sort of.
So Valeska is the most trustworthy person here. Don't worry about it.
That's true. That's true.
I've been giving out bardic inspiration like candy. I don't want to hear it.
I don't know what these potions are.
I have a suspicion. How does Pip look after he's dumped this potion on himself?
I mean, it's purple, and he dumped more purple onto him. He's probably still purple.
Fair. Yeah,
Okay. Pip,
yeah.
you're certainly purple.
He's purple.
Didn't really clean anything off, but you are purple.
Thank you, Valeska. You're the best.
Of course.
Like a lollipop that you
pat
dip in
him on
sand
his
and then dip in
little
cotton
wet
candy.
head. He at least smells a little better. Smells of faint lavender.
Yep.
Oh, he smells like lavender.
Yeah, I mean,
It's more
I'll
like-
see that.
God.
There's a hint poking through, but it shit scented lavender.
Like when you use air freshener and it's like a bear shit in the woods.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'll see that this potion has made things marginally better. So, like, I'll
That is
start.
exactly what I said.
Yes. Thank you. And I'll take, like, a few steps back and just start, like, trying to wash out my hair with it.
Oh, you're blonde now. Sort of. It'll go away.
All brassy.
You clean
So
out
almost
chunks.
in the back, watching them dump strange potions over themselves and then dye themselves. That's what she's seeing, right?
Yep.
Kind of like vanilla.
Yeah.
I mean, if it gets the viscera out of my hair, I'm not saying it's a huge improvement. I'm saying that there's now marginally less viscera in my hair.
This is true. Very accurate. So, cleaning up
Well,
scavenging.
You were doing some digging, so I don't think you can be doing any choosing.
I'm afraid that this position is not ideal.
You guys clean up the majority of what you can. 20 dragon scales. Each person can carry a max of 5, except Alma carry 8. You can divvy those out however you want to. You also get 2 talons. They are also extremely heavy, so if you're carrying 5 scales, probably don't want to carry the talons as well. So you guys can spread those out however you want. And what is left of the light is currently fading. It is approaching rapidly nighttime in the desert.
Also, we level up, right?
You will level up as we long rest.
Okay.
Pip, where do you usually sleep out here in the sand?
I sleep in the sand. I use it like a blanket. I can show you how.
Yes, that would be most helpful, actually. I do believe we're going to be, making our camp out here.
He's
Get
gonna
away from
he's
the
gonna
dragon?
run from.
Perhaps we move away from the viscera.
Yeah, I mean, it might
We do not want to
attract more
attract any-
undead people.
Exactly.
Should we, perhaps, there's a little bit of a ledge. Should we get the high ground, possibly?
That sounds even better. And he's
I
gonna
would
like
like to.
scramble up.
Ragavir, can you make another wisdom save for me?
Oh, goody. Yeah. Love making those. Ha!
Okay.
Suck it.
As you start following the group, kind of like walking past the carnage, you kind of look down and look at the undead and see the faces. Just kind of shudder a little bit and keep moving.
Okay, now I'm gonna teach everyone here how to use sand as blankets. So you just lay down, you find some soft sand, right? Okay, like you step around, then you lay down, and then you put the sand on you. And that's it. And he's already done this as he was explaining it. He's already laying down with sand partially on him.
Sand tutorial.
And you've been living like this for for many, many years, yes?
Well, I mean, a couple months. It's almost been a year.
Wow, that's quite impressive.
Yeah. I am impressive.
Do you think
I
we should make a fire or maybe not? What do you
If
think?
you want.
do we have the means to make a fire? I have a tinder box, but
I will.
wood does not.
I will chime in here. One of the things that's nice about the way that the planes work is that when it comes nighttime, because of the way that the plane of fire works and like the lingering heats, as well as the way that light works, it's actually it will never be dark as long as you are outside. It's always dim light. So everyone can see up to 30 feet. Additionally, it's not that cold. So it's up to you whether or not you need a fire. You can see 30 feet.
I think. Huh?
And we don't need to eat because we all had a good berry this morning, which is 1 day's nourishment.
Mm-hmm.
So.
I mean,
Sorry, go ahead.
I mean, I don't think we really need a fire. It's not really that cold, and it would just attract more people to us.
Exactly.
I nod in agreement.
Yeah. Best to stay.
Oh, for sure.
Quiet.
That's good thinking. So, shall we decide our watch?
I can if you want.
For the sake of brevity, I'm just going to do this. Does anyone have any one-on-one conversations they want to have with anyone else in the group?
No, but there is something I want to do before we start our rest.
Okay.
I'm going to cast Good Berry so that we have good berries for the morning.
Okay.
And then I'm going to get Pip's and Strix's attention. Says, you two, I can hopefully, now that we're going to rest, I feel comfortable expending this magic. I can maybe help get you cleaned off a little bit. And he's just going to just kind of move them, just like get them off to the side away from everyone else and next to each other. And then yeah, okay, cool. I do have that prepared.
Are we talking a geyser or like a soft shower?
Oh my god.
Probably a geyser. Because that's really the
Hose
best
them
thing to
down.
like. Yeah, I'm gonna hose them down. Gonna use create water to hose them down.
Okay.
Can I do that?
I believe conjure water is instantaneous.
It is.
So-
It lasts for 1 action. I create water for 10 gallons of clean water within range in an open container. Alternatively, the water falls as rain in a 30-foot cube within range.
Okay.
So, I can just.
For the sake of ease, we can just say you summon roughly a tub full of water above them and just drop it on their heads.
Pretty much.
Pip,
Pip doesn't really.
your head still
Go
hurts a little bit. So the falling of water is very sudden and shocking, but comfortable and cold. Very cold.
I felt pretty good. Well, at least I'm not stinky. But now I'm wet.
Yes, thank you very much, Ragavir.
It's better than nothing.
Both of you are
And he just
soaked.
kind of shrugs. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll
Still-
go back to my pack, which I left off my body when I got drenched. Yeah, I'll like duck behind the cover of a rock and change into the second order uniform that I still have,
Okay.
and then leave my regular clothes out to dry.
Been
Sounds
this
good.
wet in a long time, and he just starts shaking out right here like a dog.
Cora, you're a bit in the splash zone.
Oh,
Get some of that wet fur
Shit.
kind of shook on you.
come on, man.
What? Oh, I'm
Cut.
sorry.
Oh, you're fine. I'm gonna go and just sit cross-legged, like next to Alma, and just I'll just like I'll say, I mean, I can take the first watch and then, like, the first 4 hours and then meditate, and then you can do the opposite, maybe.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Okay. Ragavir, when Strix comes back, you do recognize her uniform.
I do?
Yes, as a second order attire.
Oh. Oh, shit. Okay, yeah. Got it.
Any one-on-ones anyone wants to do before I move us to the next day?
React to that uniform at all?
You're not familiar with it.
No, I'm not familiar with it, but did he react to it?
Ragavir
He's
just
like
kind
right
of like
across the way from him.
he looks at her curiously, but he doesn't mention anything about it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Strix is pretty, like, she's had a day, so she's not particularly paying attention to Ragavir.
Yeah.
She's just sort of off by herself.
He heard her mention that she's, declared herself to fight the undead, so he's just like, eh. He's not. Just like, oh yeah, I guess that's not too surprising.
Cool.
Before they go to bed, so I mean, she was over here, but she would maybe have overheard. Were you guys whispering when you're talking about the watch, or?
No, we were just speaking.
Okay. So, do we need more people for the watch, or are we covered? She kind of like looks over at Valeska.
Veloska's kind of like grumbling about valuable merchandise being wasted.
Really need to sleep, so I think unless we want to have 2 people at a time, which is something we could do, but
Yeah, each of the rest of us could each take like 2-hour shifts.
Yeah, I think 2-hour shifts is good. We do have quite a party. We can split it up.
Yeah.
Yes, I would be willing to take watch whenever.
Okay, so
I don't mind at all.
I can take the first 4 hours, and whoever's going to join me is welcome to.
Ragavir will take the first 2.
I'll take the second 2.
I'll
I
take
can
the
take
third.
the.
Oh, you go ahead.
If you want, you can take the third, or I could take the fourth. What do you want?
Oh, it don't matter either way. Third or fourth is cool.
Okay, I'll take the third.
Okay, I'll take the fourth too.
Okay.
uh
Just for the sake of ease, I'm going to just move us past the night. Normally, I would do lookouts and watches and stuff, but given today, I'm not worried about it. Night's uneventful.
That was fine.
So, morning comes. Pip, you're kind of like an ostrich with your head buried in the sand, but you slept comfortably.
I love that.
Oh yeah.
So much.
The rest of you kind of stir awake as you come to. Corey, you've been awake for a little while, but you only need 4 hours. You're good.
yeah, I'm gonna just while I've been waiting, I've just been trying and very obviously failing to like make glass out of the sand with like fire, just out of boredom. There's just probably pieces like singed sand scattered around me.
Who was sleeping next to you? Asha. You just a streak of light every couple of seconds.
Opens the one eye that's showing and looks up at Cora. Cora, what is it that you're doing there?
Oh no, I was just really bored. I thought I could make something, but I don't think I can get it hot enough.
She like sits up and like looks at the progress that Cora's made, and it's just like
There are just scorch marks, hundreds of them, as you're sleeping, just streaking out between her and like 40 feet away.
Well, you were doing quite a bit of work last night after I went to bed.
I mean, I don't have any books or anything on me. I sold them all off a while ago, so I was pretty bored.
Oh, you like reading?
I like not being bored.
Hmm. I see.
Okay, and
Oh, go on.
Ragavir's just going to distribute the good berries, is all I was going to say.
Okay, yeah, all I was gonna say is that I retrieved my clothes, which are hopefully dry or dryish by now.
They're dry, although a little stained. They don't smell anymore.
I can live with this.
So you all gather your stuff up, gather yourselves together. Who distributes the scales? I think 10 of them are distributed right now. 15? Oh, one scale.
I'm gonna offer to take like 8, and then as soon as I get them from Ragavir, I just like look at Alma and I'm like, okay, here you go, and I dump them in her arms. While grinning like with a cheeky grin.
I'm already carrying a talon. Cora, I can't do all of it.
Yeah, I'll just walk up and take like 3 of the scales.
You're a big, strong lady. Are you not strong enough to carry all of them?
Okay, well, I'm still carrying a talon and 5 scales now.
Okay.
Okay, you're gonna get a little winded as we go, but it shouldn't. You'll be okay.
She's gonna carry them for like 10 minutes and then ask someone else to carry them because she's not unreasonable.
Okay, what'd you say, Pip?
Oh, I just said he's carrying like 5 of them.
Okay, so there's 1 scale left over and 1 talon not being carried.
I've got 1 scale and 1 talon. I posted in the chat a while back. Sorry.
I know. I've caught up. But we have 1 scale and 1 talon to distribute.
No, I'm taking one of the talons.
I understand.
There's
right?
only 2 talons.
Yeah, and if Ragaver has one in...
Okay, there's 1 scale.
And I've got 1 scale. I said I got 1 scale and 1 talon.
Slap the fuck out of somebody.
No, I understand. I'll take 1 scale.
There you go. Okay, there's the 20.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah,
You're taking 2 from Alma.
Okay.
She dumps them right back into your hands.
we already do enough math with time. Let's just get a move on things.
If you're making me carry it, don't you know I'm a fragile, young, small flower?
Aren't you like 100 years older than me?
Stan, what the big deal is with elves and age?
Wait, you're old?
I'm kind of old. I'm like, oh god, it's been so long since I counted. It's like,
Since you've counted, in general.
Yeah. I'm definitely over 100. I think I'm like 130, 150, something like that.
It's a reasonable age for an elf.
Are you doing that on purpose, or do you need the number? Cora?
Oh, no. Me? I'm not, no. I'm doing my spells for... Or what? What?
No. Cora. Are you doing that on purpose, or do you actually need the number?
Both. I that's something good Cora would do, and also
Okay.
I don't remember.
There you
Oh, okay, right. Okay, I gotcha.
go. Marching order. Who's leading? Assuming no one else has anything they want to say to anyone else before you take off.
Yeah, when I take the scale, like, I'll approach Alma and say, I meant to thank you for what you did yesterday. Your magic proved to be very helpful.
anything for a warrior in need.
I nod.
Overhearing this, I'm just kind of like, "Ooh, so cool!"
What?
And I nudge Alma with my shoulder.
I am completely oblivious to this.
Alma doesn't get it either.
Truly the social adept group. Who wants to lead?
I can lead with somebody.
I'll also take up the front.
Alrighty, let's do Momo. Give me a d4.
Okay.
Momo.
You guys have one more encounter to go through before you arrive. 2. And Strix, give me a d20.
Okay.
Oh wait, we got a long rest, right?
Yes, everyone long rested. Everyone is level 2. Sorry.
Okay, lit.
Oh,
Oh, we gotta roll our HP.
Do we roll or can we take average?
You can take the average or you can roll.
I'm taking the.
If you
fucking
roll,
average.
you're not taking the average
I'm
after.
taking the fucking average.
I'm taking the fucking average. Like, I can't risk it right now.
Yeah, there's absolutely
I
no way.
rolled and I got the
Oh,
highest.
oh my
I'm so
gosh.
happy.
Once everyone's all set, let me know.
Yeah, I rolled a
Hmm.
12, by the way, for the encounter.
Yes, I saw. Did everyone like the battle map?
It was
Loved it.
beautiful.
It was a nice map.
That was a
There's
fun
wood
fight.
everywhere.
It's
Yes.
almost as cool as you, Gray.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Don't do that to me. Well, Strix, this is ironic. Or I guess coincidental, either or. Traveling for the better part of 2 hours over the soft sands. Desert heat, not too much of an issue, granted that the fact that there's no actual sun. But as you're walking along, Alma, you're starting to sweat a little bit, carrying as much as you are. But you are content. You can continue without much of a hassle. After about 2 or so hours of walking from the time that you all woke up and set out, you come across a bit of a divot, and you see the sand start to sparkle over a moderate-sized landmass. It's kind of glinting, probably 200-300 feet away.
In the direction that we're going.
Sure. Why not? Excuse me, one second. It's on the way.
Okay, yeah, I'll put up a hand to motion for people to stop, and then I'll point at the glinting.
The sparkles almost seem to shift, like whatever it is sort of moving.
Yeah, I start reaching for my staff.
Okay. Make a perception check, you and Asha. 12 and 11. That's enough. It's moving in a similar way that you've seen water move, small ponds. It would appear that you've come across a small deposit of water in the desert.
Cool.
A little oasis.
Hey, Strix, perhaps you can get a little more clean if you need. But let us
yes,
fill our
I
water
was-
skins first.
Yes, I was about to suggest something along those lines if the rest of the party doesn't mind taking a small break, of course.
Fine, I could use some more water in my water skin anyways.
You're all about half empty on it. You had enough to go and get back, but 2 days is about pushing it for your water skin rationing.
Pip's gonna go up to the water and he's gonna kneel down and drink some, but like keep it in his mouth. Like
That
he's
arm
got
breaks the
puffy
surface and just wraps around your neck.
cheeks. Oh God. Is that true?
Oh, yeah.
Is that true?
Yes.
Oh God.
1 second.
I
Before we go. What's your AC?
It's 15.
15. It does sink its hand like around your throat and just start squeezing. You take 1 point of damage. And you are grappled. But you all see this immediately.
Oh fuck.
yeah,
I'm gonna.
I start running.
I'm
towards-
probably within range of it.
Yeah,
Like, has
you
fire.
would all be close enough to Pip. Like, even if he had taken off, you would all follow suit. You're not
Yeah.
out of range.
I'm gonna.
One
I'm
turn
gonna
is...
cast- Huh?
One turn's plenty. It's one undead. You guys murk it immediately.
Yeah, could I
Okay.
try to help Pip by like pulling Pip and trying to get Pip away from the water? Like,
Yes.
gosh.
Hand look like it's an undead.
Yes.
Okay.
I got. He's like half like. He's not like. Is he choking or no?
Not anymore. The 5 other people just murdered whatever it was that was in the water. A person.
He like kind of like shakes his head a bit, and he's like, "Oh my God, thank you. Oh God, what was that? I thought I could drink water, but I can't."
Do you think we could still drink it? Do any of y'all have any like purification stuff?
Yeah. Yes.
Nothing prepared.
Hold on. Ragavir, well, the good berries, they cover our food, but not our water, correct?
Think so. Let me double check.
It covers nourishment. I would say it doesn't cover water.
Okay.
Yeah.
She looks to the group and she's like, okay, well, maybe we should get the dead body out first?
Yes.
Can
Yeah,
we pull the dead body out?
You pull it out.
Alright.
The actual, like, it's like a small pond. It's not a puddle, but I mean,
Yeah.
probably 15 feet across and maybe 1.5 feet deep or so. Maybe 2 feet deep.
Gotcha. So after we pull the dead body out, she is going to purify the oasis.
Easy enough. You cast the spell. The water seems to clear itself of the murky residue of all of the blood that scattered into it when you ripped apart the undead.
Let's
You
fill our
do-
water skins
you do
first,
see a
and then you
small-
two can clean off if you need.
You do see a small little red glint kind of in the
Of
middle of the pool
course.
once you clear it.
Pip's like staring at the water because he doesn't trust anymore, and he starts like stamping his foot around to make sure he's not like there's no dead or anything under the sand.
The purple
And,
worm comes back. Just kidding.
Oh.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
And then
Just kidding.
and then now he tries to lean down and grab like not grab but like suck in a bunch of water into his mouth and like a chipmunk.
Sure, you start inhaling water.
Okay, he does that and then he walks over to
You did hear me, right, Momo?
What did you say?
You after you purify the water, you do see a little red glint in the middle of the pool.
Oh, I do I? I want to investigate that.
Make a perception check.
You're right. Here, core perception.
You're not quite sure. You do know where it is, but you can't really tell what it is through the surface of the water.
Who is standing next to me?
Everyone.
Did you guys see something in the water? Something.
Oh,
It's easy enough for all of you to see. Once she points it out, you're like, oh yeah, there's that.
I'll poke it with my staff.
A little too far away in the middle of the pool.
I'm gonna
So-
mage hand and like kind of go and poke it with the mage hand.
Can Mage Hand go through water?
Let me
I don't know.
check.
I don't see why not.
I don't see why. Yeah, I don't see why not. Because it's like going through air.
Magical
Like
hand.
it's just like thick air, basically.
I was just curious. I don't actually know.
Not being able to.
Yeah, that's fine. I was just curious. I don't know if it had said it couldn't or couldn't and all that fun stuff.
But I'm not gonna try and immediately like pick it up, but I'm just gonna like nudge it.
It kicks up some of the sand like underneath the water, and you can see it kind of tilt. Whatever it's attached to is definitely buried in the sand, at least a little bit.
Can I try and pick it up?
Sure. You can grab it and pull it out. It gives pretty easily. Sand and water is not known for being particularly picky with what you can pull out of it. But you do see the red glint is a gemstone attached to the hilt of a small dagger.
Ooh.
And as you pull it out, all of the water just drains into the hole that you pull it out of.
Oh.
Put it back.
Well, it's a good thing we filled up those water skins.
Pip's still got a mouthful of water. His cheeks are like puffed like a chipmunk.
Oh, well, that is quite interesting. Valeska, maybe you can tell us a little more about this? And she points at the dagger.
10 minutes.
Like pull the dagger towards me, but I'm not gonna touch it yet.
Okay.
And
As
I'm
you
just
as
gonna-
you pull it out, all of the water vanishes.
Okay. That's fine. I already filled up my water skin.
Yep.
And I just pull it towards me, and I drop it at the floor near Valeska's feet, and I'm like, "Do you think we could sell it?"
I can determine if it is worth more. If you will give me 10 minutes, I can work my magic on this thing. And she like kind of cracks her knuckles and sits down with the dagger.
Sure. Looking it over, you can see there's like a small ruby inlaid in the very hilt, as well as 2 small gems set into the crossguard. And then the steel has a bit of a bluish pattern, kind of like the motion of waves, just kind of going up the blade itself. Looks pretty.
If I spend the time and cast Identify as a ritual, does it reveal anything else about it?
Yep, it is magical. It serves basically no combat function, but it does have the effect. I can send it to you directly if you'd like, or I can say it out loud. I don't care.
Say it aloud.
Okay. When you plant the dagger into anything, it'll summon a pool of water, roughly 15 feet across and 2 feet deep.
Oh, well, I believe we already know how this works. And she like stabs it into the sand.
And water just starts flowing out of the hilt and just encompasses the
Voila.
space, and the sand starts parting way for it. You gather that if you tried to do it in like a tree, it probably wouldn't work, but if you do it in the ground, it'll make a water hole.
Portable pool party.
Pip, in astonishment, spits out his water on the person next to him, which is probably Strix or something.
I jolt and like I nearly elbow Pip in the face, but like I stop myself before that happens.
He kind of stares with like the 030 face with like with your elbow, and he's like, "Sorry."
Please try not to do that again.
Okay. And he like holds his hands up and he just like waddles away from you.
Okay.
Alma, can you stop reminding us how popular you are? Thank you.
Yeah, what the heck?
So yeah, whoever wants it can take it. Doesn't require attunement, just does its thing. Valeska, make a... I really hate that 5e doesn't have this. Make a intelligence roll. I really miss appraisal from 3-5.
Oh, 15.
15. The dagger itself, with the gems and the enchantment, probably worth a pretty penny too.
I mean, if we get bored of this thing, or we somehow find another means of acquiring water, then we could always sell it. It could go for quite a lot.
Probably in the 3 to 5 range.
Money's good. I like money, but water's good too. At
3
least
to
for all of
5
you. I don't really need water, so.
gold?
100 gold.
Okay.
You don't need
Yes,
water, Pip?
No, I mean, you can do whatever you want with that thing, but I don't need water. I know you guys need water.
Strix considers this, realizes that he could eat sand, and is like, yeah, this tracks.
This tracks.
Alma, who didn't fully comprehend / believe it the first time, is now very confused because she just saw him, or whatever Pip is.
See, that's the same. The NPCs like it the exact same way.
Oh my god.
Continue.
Oh no, that was it. She's
Okay.
just confused by Pip.
Yeah,
He's
I
proud of
think we
himself.
all are.
Would everyone like to continue onward?
Yeah.
Yep.
Valeska, not
Yep,
seeing
let's
anyone,
go.
claiming it, is gonna hand it over to Asha. Your finder's fee.
She accepts mutedly.
Guess so.
Oh, what the fuck? Why was I muted? Oh my god. No wonder. I was like trying to talk this whole time. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Sorry, I was like, man, I was like, this sucks. Yeah, she accepts the dagger and she looks at it like you can see like her one eye that shows she has like adoration in her eyes for the dagger, and she's just like, oh my god, it is beautiful, and she like clutches it to her chest and then tucks it away. If anyone is thirsty, let me know immediately.
Yeah, that is a good encounter roll. Good job, the two of you.
Ooh. Pip tells you he's thirsty every 10 minutes.
She
don't have
gives
to
him a she gives him a look like, are you really thirsty?
He like smirks at you. It's a devious smirk. He's not thirsty.
Insight not needed.
Yeah.
You all gather up your things and continue onward. At about the... So you traveled for 2 hours, came across the pool, probably about 30 minutes there. At about another 5 hours of traveling and just nothing interesting, Cora starts to drive you all fucking insane with how much she's talking.
I'm making up a story about a puppy that can fly and lives in the clouds. And I'm just narrating out loud.
I use like minor illusion and like some of my instruments to give you kind of like a soundtrack, and then I just gradually keep turning up the volume of the soundtrack until it drowns you out.
At about 2 hours into the story, you realize she just started over and just continues onward.
Oh my god.
Liked it the first time, but the second time he's getting pretty irritated.
Yeah, Strix is like, puppies cannot fly. This is not an ability that canines possess.
Well, I didn't know you knew everything, Strix. You know everything about everything that exists in the universe ever? How are you sure that there aren't puppies that can fly out there?
She says over the concordance of a lot of violins and an accordion.
I don't know everything about everything, but it's generally well known that dogs stay on the ground.
You two scream to one another. That's at about this point that you start to see no longer dunes, but what actually looks like mountain faces. And looking at your map seems to be roughly an indicator of what you were looking for.
Finally here! Oh my god!
Is that it?
Well, it seems that we have arrived at the mountains. I don't think we've arrived at the actual crypt yet, but we must be getting close.
Accordion music stops.
face.
That.
Oh my god.
So,
But I liked your accordion.
what exactly are we looking for to find this crypt? Do we know?
Treasures, artifacts. I believe that the man was also looking into some sort of ancient
No.
language.
No.
I think
Not what are we looking for in the crypt. What are we looking for in the land to find the crypt?
Oh, to ensure that this is the correct crypt. That is a very good point.
I
It really
mean,
matters
it's,
what crypt it is, as long as it like has stuff that we can sell, right?
I do not
Rick,
think
too?
that if there is more than one crypt in this area, I do not know about it. That being said, it would be fairly obvious. It's a big building, man-made structure.
That was
mean,
recent.
Yeah,
Oh, didn't that man give you
a map. Yes, I'll take out the map.
Not the
But-
most detailed of things. You know you're looking for clip faces. Not exactly much else.
Couldn't it be hidden too, by the way? Because it's, I don't know, obviously there was enough in there that this dude just randomly accepted strangers to take on this task.
I mean, I'm sure he would have informed us if he had this knowledge about the crypt.
Question:
think
Are
he
they
did.
where the crypt's supposed to be on the map, or is it just up ahead, or are they like standing where it could be?
Judging based off the distance that's mapped out, you think you're in the right area? Sort of?
Pip's pretty good with like sand and stuff because he just rolls around and everything. Can he tell it like details where something could be in like regular sand amongst?
If something were buried near the surface, maybe. As of right now, you know it's excavated. You guys have walked eastward and are facing some mountain faces. That is what you're looking at.
faces? Correct. That's what we are looking for.
You are looking for an entrance of some kind.
We
Well,
just
there
look
were.
around.
Yeah, I mean, there were adventurers who came here before us. Granted, it's been a while, but are there, like, any signs of people passing through?
Make an investigation check.
Oh.
Also, can Pip just start? He's gonna start like trotting around, like jumping around in the sand stuff. Can he see if at all? Can he like look around for anything?
Make a perception check. Just a general perception.
Hot.
Just one of those days, huh? Investigation check. You don't notice anything indicating that there's been people, at least where you are recently. On the 20 perception, you kind of look around this cliff facing. Nothing really there. Nothing really there. You feel pretty confident there's nothing on this side of the mountain.
So I don't really think there's anything on this side. Maybe we should move to the other side.
Okay,
Sounds
so
reasonable.
Ragavir's going to he's going to use his summon familiar or find familiar, spend a wild shape to find familiar and summon a hawk,
Sure.
and he's going to just say, okay, so do we want to send this? I can send this guy to fly ahead and see if there are any signs.
Would be a good idea. Maybe on the other side of the mountain.
Mountain's a little bit
Sounds
too.
like
I imagine that flying to the other side of the mountain would probably be outside of the bounds of what this hawk can do. For as long as I have.
It is mountain facing, but it's like. Sorry, I'm not doing a good job. You can think like a canyon more so. Like it's not like 3 miles up into the air. Like you're looking at rock facings that are probably a couple 100 feet out of the sand. It's not going to take you a long time to walk around.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I'm just gonna command the hawk to go and search real quick for any openings that look like worked stone.
Sure, go ahead
and then, come back when it finds something.
Okay, go ahead and make a perception check. Find familiar, you can communicate with it with up to how many feet? It's 100?
100 feet, which is why I'm saying, for it to come back when it finds something.
Okay.
So I'm giving it its command now, and then telling it to go do that.
Okay.
So, and its perception is the same as mine, so I'm just going to roll mine.
Okay. $17?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you all following it? Or are you just waiting for it to come back?
I'm just going to wait for it to come back.
Okay.
I'll wait.
Okay.
I'm just gonna follow Ragvar's lead.
Okay.
Yeah.
You watch the hawk lift up and start flying out. It starts flying. It gets pretty high in the air, like above the rock, and just starts looking down. And it just starts coasting over the southern side of it, and then wraps around. It's high enough above that you can just kind of follow it as it skirts around, and eventually hits a point on the southeast, where it starts to do a loop and starts to come back to you. And then you see another creature kind of flying up after it, keeping pace. But you see another similar shaped creature flying after your hawk. But your hawk is coming back towards you. It did pop a Yui.
Okay. All right, we start. Ragnar starts heading in that direction as soon as he sees it turn around.
Gotcha. Everyone follows Ragavir?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll follow.
It takes it probably 10 minutes flying to pop the Yui. You all start pursuing after it. About a 5-minute jog, the hawk is angling down towards you, and you can see another hawk chasing it.
Can I try and throw my dagger at the hawk chasing it?
When it gets within range, sure.
Shit.
How
Okay.
away is it right now?
How what?
How far away is it right now?
Probably 300 feet, something like that.
300? Alright. Let me know when it gets within 120.
Okay. I mean, at a point, it's going to see all of you and just be like, alright, never mind.
Okay,
Never
yeah.
mind.
She holds out her, this beam of, crackling energy in her fist menacingly, looking at the other hawk as if to dare him to try it.
The hawk turns around. It's sad that it couldn't get a meal. And goes back to its nest in the desert, up in the cliff facings. Your hawk comes back to you.
Right.
Yay!
He lived.
I'll only have it for another 50 minutes or 45 minutes, but yay! Okay, so we start.
Yeah, you do get the idea that if something were paying close attention would have seen that, but you guys can continue onward. Takes you the better part of about 30 minutes rounding the cliff facing, but you do see where it kind of is it concave? Is that the word? Whatever. Indents. We'll go with that one. It moves, not a cave, it's not a cavern. There's no ceiling, but the cliff facing does kind of turn inward. And past that, you can start to see hints of civilization, quote unquote. Buried monuments and things that look similar to walls but are crumbled.
Oh, well, look at that. And he, motions to it with his hands.
Can all take stock of the Sapit.
I think we found what we're looking for, yes?
I believe so.
would say so.
So I'm gonna peer through the eyes of my hawk
Okay.
and see if I spot anything like potentially dangerous or like out of place or anything like that.
Currently, your hawk is fixated on the nest of the other hawk and just kind of like giving it the eye. But you can.
Okay, well I'm gonna use Find Familiar or the power of Find Familiar to like take over its sight and see
Yes.
through its eyes, so that way I can get advantage on a perception check.
Okay.
Is what I'm trying to do here.
You can make him turn his head away from the other hawk. Yes.
Yes. Okay. Do I get to roll?
At,
Perception, then?
at disadvantage. I'm just kidding. Yes, you get to roll.
Okay.
21. You spot what appears to be an entrance of some form, probably about 400 or 500 feet away. Within the built within the actual safety of the crags.
Okay.
Did you find anything?
Yeah, Ragavir, can see it easily enough once he, takes over his own senses and like point it out, right?
Yeah, you can see the tip of the pyramid roughly from where you are. You can't really see the entrance from over here, but you can point it out roughly.
All right. And he does it. He's just like, you need to go over there. There's an opening or an entrance into a building. An old building.
Vivi, let's go.
Oh.
And he like kind of starts walking, but he doesn't walk ahead. He kind of just like looks back at all of you to make sure you're close to him, because it seems like he keeps getting into accidents.
Yeah, I'm following.
Yeah, follow suit.
Yes, following.
Okay. You all start to approach the entrance to what you think is the tomb that you were looking for. And like I said, I was going to call it a little early tonight because I am very tired, so I think this is a pretty good point.
I think that's valid.
Okay,
Yeah.
that works.
Thank you so
Earbell.
much. This was a great session. Had a lot of fun.
I had fun seeing you guys, how you all do combat, and I feel very trusted.
Oh yeah.
I feel like I trust you all with Pip's life. Oh.